so much for hanging in there with us. My name is Chris Karn. I am filling in today on the John Campea show. John had to step away, but we are so happy that you all are here with us to talk about your favorite things in the world, movie news, TV, streaming, all sorts of good stuff. Even when the day is hard, we're so happy that we can be here to add a little respite to your day and hopefully make you laugh and talk about stuff we love. So I'm not alone, though, today, thankfully. Oh, my gosh. I'm joined by Amy Newman. Amy, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
Spreading out a little.
I was going to say, stake your claim. That's all you now. Oh, my gosh. So much space. So much room to do activities. I'm clearly so much shorter than John. There we go. Also joining us and joining you in the chat, we've got Ray Ora. Ray, what's up?
Like Chris mentioned, it's a sad day. But, I was thinking it would be funny if you were alone.
If it was just me.
Chris, any other thoughts? Oh, thanks for asking,
Chris. That was honestly my concern for tomorrow's Lord of the Rings thing, but Amy's joining me for that too, thankfully.
Oh, she is.
I thought it was going to be just me being like, I like this show, come at me, Internet. Mm-hmm. And of course, running things, we have producer Jonathan and Taylor. Guys, how you doing?
We're doing okay.
We do need a Thomas on the production crew, so we can have Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
That would be perfect.
Oh my
We need
God.
that so much.
Broken dream.
Oh my gosh. One day maybe. Well, guys, let's get into how this is going to work today. Basically, we're going to run things just like we would if John was here, but things are going to probably be a little more loosey-goosey because I'm just going to try my best, okay? So we do this show with your help. You can always write in your topics over at our website. You head on over there, hit us up with what you want to talk about, and then we answer them if we deem them worthy. If you're at work and you can't watch YouTube, your boss doesn't like that, you can also listen to us after we do this in podcast form. Go to wherever you get your podcasts. Oh, look at all those stars over there. Look at that. You can go watch that or listen to that over there. You can also listen to our after show too. We are doing an after show today, in fact, on She-Hulk, the latest one, and that'll be filled with spoilers, so only listen if you are all caught up on that. With all of that down and out of the way, let's get into a few off the tops. And our first one is this. All right, Star Wars Acolyte is, I know, one of John's most anticipated Star Wars properties. I'm very excited about this, too. Having all these new Jedi pop up, being trained by Sith Lords, having the Force truly awaken in so many people, and we are adding so much talent. We have just heard that Squid Game's Lee Jong-jae is going to be joining as the series' male lead, and I am very, very pumped about this. Very, very fantastic actor. Amy, I want to know, too, because you're a big Squid Games fan, does this add to your excitement? What are you thinking about this?
Oh, definitely. Honestly, this feels like such a mutually beneficial move for all parties. I was reading something just talking about how in demand Lee Jong-jae is coming off of Squid Games, and rightfully so. He's incredible in the series. So I feel like it's a really great mutual, this is going to really help create some buzz for this series that, I'm going to be honest, sounds incredible, but is one I haven't heard quite as much about yet. And suddenly it's getting me a little hyped for this. And also a great move for him. Obviously a fantastic actor who could kind of be doing whatever he wants right now. But I think attaching yourself to a property that's as beloved and as sort of iconic as Star Wars is a really exciting, fun career move for him.
Absolutely. Purely speculating here. Do you think he's going to be more light side or dark side in this story?
I want to see him go dark side.
Yeah.
I feel like he's such a phenomenal actor, and he brought so much complexity to that role in Squid Game. There were so many layers. There was so much is this a good guy? Is this a bad guy? This is just a guy trying to survive in a pretty unwinnable situation. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with him.
I think so too. He brought lots of shades of gray to that, which we could finally get a gray Jedi. I'd be so happy. Ray, what do you think?
For someone who's not in the know, because unless a trailer comes out, I really don't know. What is this about? What is this based on a book, The Acolyte? What is it?
So basically, this story is going to be about young, Force-sensitive people being trained by a Sith Lord, is kind of the tagline we have going into this.
Okay.
And so I'm assuming, and this is just all my speculation, y'all, is that this is going to be a lot of the choice and training that goes into where you land on the kind of Force wielder spectrum, if you will.
Do we think he might be the Sith Lord?
I mean, that'd be really, really rad. It'd be very, very cool. But I know it's an original story. So anytime we get kind of fresh storylines in Star Wars, I love the Skywalkers, but when we move away from the Skywalker saga, I get really excited.
Yeah. And I think it's just honestly such a smart move. And we're talking about Andor later today. Honestly, I think moving away from the things that people have so many sort of preconceived, this is what I want, this is how I picture these characters, I think is a great move for Star Wars too, to get away from a bit of that toxicity in the fan base as well. It gives people a chance to be like, look, this is a totally new story. You don't have to be mad at it because, you know, Luke didn't end up exactly how you pictured Luke ending up in your fan fiction, which is fair. You're entitled to that opinion, but I think this will be good.
I think that's a great framing. We all know about Star Wars, but now we get a really cool news story. We get to figure out how our own thoughts and theories can factor into this.
Maybe we get some new races too, or like species, or what you
Hell
call it.
yeah.
That's always been cool with me with new Star Wars movies. There's always a little creature that's brand new that you've never seen before.
Like my favorite thing in Star Wars, I don't know why, it just cracks me up every time when there's almost like a jump scare, just like a scene where it's just like a bunch of people talking and then you cut and there's just like one like Muppet in the background. You're like, who the? Yeah, and you kind of forget you're watching Star Wars for a half second until they pop up.
Yeah. And then like,
My
oh,
favorite.
It's fine. It's
Always
fine.
kills
Okay.
me.
Well, guys, the question's up for you. Does this casting news get you more excited about the Acolyte? Do you have any reservations about this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right? Now, with that out of the way, we would love to get into another segment we have on here. Our show is brought to you by Mint Mobile. So now we have the Mint Mobile question of the day. Our hotline is available 24/7. You can call this number right over here to ask us one of your questions. And we get to hear your lovely voice. We get to hear your dulcet tones. So, Jonathan, what do we have today?
Hey, John, this is Chris. I'm calling from Palmdale, California. Rumors are abound that Marvel's talking with Henry Cavill for an unspecified role. Do you think that they will cast him as one of Marvel's version of Superman, like Hyperion or the Sentry? And what kind of a shot to the gut would it be to WB if they end up doing a better version of Superman than they did? Thanks, John. Bring on the filthy.
Thanks, Chris, for calling in. Great name. You have a fantastic name. This is a fantastic question, too, because there's been so much speculation around D23 of all these big names coming in. I know there's been speculation about, Jodie Comer. We talked about that yesterday on the show, of John Boyega. And Henry Cavill is a name that we hear coming up a lot. And a lot of people are speculating that Henry is going to be playing Marcus Milton, which is Hyperion, which was kind of Marvel's answer to Superman or Sentry. I know, Ray, that's a thought for you too.
Save that one.
You're gonna save that one? Okay.
Save that one.
All right. Who would you want as Sentry?
I think, well, he's probably going to be too old because I'm thinking they're doing it further down the line. I was thinking like Alexander Skarsgård or maybe even if he was younger, Joel Kinnaman maybe would have been a great Sentry too. But you know what? We'll see who's available further down the line. But yeah,
I think Cavill would be a great Hyperion. I mean, obviously he has been Superman. He can fill out the super suit. He can bring the acting chops. He can do all of that. What I find way more interesting about Chris's question here is that kind of slap to the face to DC, right? And Amy, you brought up a great point when we were off camera about if he even could enter this universe.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea how that works, but it almost seems like, and they may not have, but it feels like if you're running DC, you would want a little like, hey, maybe don't go do Marvel kind of NDA situation. But if not, he's free to do what he wants legally.
Exactly. I mean, we haven't had a Superman film in so long. Superman has been missing from all the DC things. And I think we all feel it too. We really feel the absence of Superman and all this stuff. So I think it'd be a great move for Henry to go do this.
It would have the same energy as that spokesperson who was it AT&T and then went to Verizon. I feel like it would feel like that move of like,
I'd love that.
Verizon
happy little move for him.
Yep. You know what? He's actually referring to this weekend too. This weekend's D23. Do you think Disney can actually keep that under wraps, like a big news like that?
If anyone could, the Disney Gestapo could. Come on. Disney.
I don't know. I think we would have heard some chatter already about him.
But we're
being
hearing
at
some
D23.
chatter.
Yeah. I think that's why we have the names in circulation. But I mean, to quote you, Ray, big surprises.
Big surprises.
I think that's what Disney can do. And I really, really think that this would be a smart move for Henry. I think it'd be great. I think a lot of people want to see him in a superhero property again. He is doing so well in The Witcher. Oh my gosh, he's crushing that character. I didn't think he would too. I thought it was too pretty. He grams up good. He delivers. He does a great job.
I think this viewer too was pointing out, like them doing a better Superman movie, right? And like I was saying before the show, do you think Marvel would actually do something like this? Like, it seems like something petty, right? Like,
it does almost feel like, does Marvel need to do this?
Yeah.
Because there is a bit of a, Yeah, like I almost feel like if I was Kevin Feige, if I was making these decisions, it would be like, we don't need to touch their actors. We don't need to touch what they're doing. We don't need to do our version of Superman. We've got enough going on our end.
It's like the Clippers. They're like taking every former Laker and trying to build a championship team.
Right. Or like when Leah Michelle, so Chris, when Leah Michelle
Okay.
came into Funny Girl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I need that. I need you to translate the sports for me, guys. But I'm really interested to see how this pans out. And obviously, after this weekend, we will stop speculating and we'll actually have some cast members' name. So I want to leave it up to you guys, though. Do you think Henry Cavill is going to show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? If so, as who? If so, is that a big old slap in the face and finger to Warner Brothers? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, guys, before we get into our main topics, we are going to take a quick break to thank one of the sponsors of this show, DraftKings.
Guys, we want to take a second and thank one of the sponsors of today's video, DraftKings. Now, guys, you know I am a huge sports fan. And football fans, the first Sunday of the NFL season is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving new customers a can't-miss offer to celebrate the return of the NFL season. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in free bets instantly. And as an added bonus for Week 1, everyone can experience the thrill of DraftKings early win promotion. It's simple. Bet on an NFL team to win, and if your team leads by 10 at any point during the game, you get paid instantly even if your team goes on to lose. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code Campea to get $200 in free bets instantly when you place a $5 bet this Sunday. That's promo code Campea only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See the show notes for details.
And thank you to DraftKings for being a sponsor of this episode. Remember, y'all, like anything in life, moderation is key to success. So draft responsibly. All right, with all that down, let's get into those main topics that you all written about. Amy, what's our first topic today?
Our first topic today comes from Aaron DeVries. Good morning, everyone. So I got up a little earlier than normal this morning so I could have a coffee and watch the new episode of She-Hulk. What a way to start your day. We all knew Wong would be back for at least 1 or 2 more episodes, so it was great to see him in there today. What did you guys think of the episode? And do you think it shed any more light on who was trying to get Jennifer's blood last week?
Ooh, great question, Aaron. I'm doing the same setup as you, too. I'm having my coffee in the morning and I'm watching She-Hulk because I can't stay up till midnight.
Oh, same.
This was a great episode, and we're going to stay away from spoiler territory for now, all right? Like I said earlier, we are going to do a full open discussion later on this afternoon. We will get into all the shenanigans that happened here, but we're going to speak in as vague as terms as possible to answer your question, Aaron.
I like when the green lady
when the green lady get big and she do the smash.
No spoilers.
Yeah, nailed it. We got through it. So this was a really fun episode. We had a lot of new characters introduced to this one. We have more legal shenanigans. We have the importance of a cease and desist. And I think more Americans need to know about them. So I
know some people who need to cease and desist. Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a lot of people who need to know about this. And we have one of my favorite new characters pop into this show.
Delightful.
I love her. And I don't think this is a huge spoiler because we've seen her in some of the footage and everything. Madison. I really, really enjoy her. She's so fun.
Yeah.
It's been really cool to watch this actress's Instagram too go from like being a wonderful Groundlings actress here in LA to now having all these followers because of her role on this.
Marvel,
You love to
baby.
see it happen. But it was real fun. Amy, I want to hear just your takeaways from the episode.
I liked it first and foremost. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I like the direction we're continuing in with this show. For me, the weakest episode of this series has been the first one because I felt like it felt the most Marvel-y, the most like we're getting the Hulk in there, we're setting up powers. I love that it's becoming a bit, and I think last week we talked a lot about kind of wanting this to just be that sort of episodic, like, here's our wacky shenanigans of the week, here's the case she's got to work on. And I think we're continuing that in a really, really fun way. There's a bit of a thing for this show that's not quite clicking for me. I can't put my finger on it. It almost feels like a weird editing timing situation where jokes where I'm like, that's objectively funny, but it just didn't quite stick the landing for me. I'm trying to piece together what that is for myself. And I want it to stick that landing so badly. But something in the edit or something's just not quite hitting the mark for me. But overall, directionally, I really do like where it's going.
Awesome. I would agree with that. I feel like the pacing is sometimes off on this, and I can't tell if it's the runtime or if we linger on certain jokes for too long, that it just doesn't pay off.
Yeah.
We also didn't have much of a B storyline this time, too. It was pretty centrally focused.
But still somehow feels a little rushed. It is hard. It's like these are stories that should absolutely fit in a compact little 30 minutes. And for some reason, they're just feeling a little like, oh, we're done? Okay. Like the ending felt so abrupt this week.
Yeah, well, and especially being addressed.
Somewhat intentionally, but still, I want it to feel a bit more of that classic sitcom like arc of, okay, we wrapped up our A line, our B line. Yeah, the fact that it almost felt like they just didn't have time for a B plot. And I'm almost looking back on the episodes going, where did the time go?
Exactly. Well, and to address Aaron's question here, too, there's a moment where I thought, oh, maybe are we following up on that whole blood thing? And we didn't really. I don't think so, unless like there's one moment that maybe is a throwaway thing, maybe is a harkening back to it.
Yeah.
And then we introduce a new threat, essentially,
Yeah.
at the end of the episode. So I'm interested to see how all of this comes together. Ray, I know for you, this wasn't your favorite.
Well, maybe it's just because I was woken up by some text messages in our group this morning from a producer, Jonathan.
You didn't even have the show notes ready. You had to
No, I'm just no. The bar scene with was great. I thought that was funny. There's just something about I don't know if I could. No, I don't want to say it, but it was okay. It was probably not my. It was my least favorite episode so far. And I can't really explain why unless I get into spoilers. So
Yeah.
That's totally fair. And sometimes too, I mean, Amy touched on this with comedy, it's so subjective. So sometimes something that might be objectively funny just doesn't work for you personally. And that's okay. It'd be really boring if we all loved everything the same degree.
Like I said, though, it's frustrating where it's like, it's a fun joke. Tatiana Maslany delivered it perfectly, and I didn't laugh, and I'm not sure why. Like, I'm getting a lot of that with this series.
That's the one thing that's carrying this whole show for me is that actress.
She's incredible.
Delightful.
Amazing. So
She's so great in the role. I really enjoy her. Well, guys, the question's up for you. What did you think of this latest episode? Are you feeling the comedy? Is it not working for you? Are you wondering what's happening with these various story through lines? Let us know your thoughts and theories in the comments down below. All right. With that down, let's get into our second topic. Amy, what we got?
Our second topic today comes to us from Owen White. Hey, John, love the show. New images for Glass Onion have released along with some characters' descriptions. Norton is a tech billionaire. Leslie Odom is a scientist. Dave Bautista is a YouTuber. That sounds most interesting. What are your thoughts? And with these photos, a trailer must come soon.
Oh, man. Well, we did watch some Glass Onion footage this morning.
Yes.
And I'm very happy with all of this. I love that Dave Bautista is a YouTuber. Obviously, you know, they took a lot of notes from John. He's based completely off of him, down to the tattoos and Speedo.
Yeah.
You know, don't judge how a man vacations. It's fine. All right, let's look at what the Hollywood Reporter said about this. So in the first trailer for Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, deadly games are afoot in a tropical paradise. After teasing the Knives Out prequel with a first look image, Netflix dropped its first major footage Thursday from the Agatha Christie-inspired follow-up from writer-director Ryan Johnson. The movie promises the return of Daniel Craig's detective Benoit Blanc, who travels to Greece to unravel a mystery featuring a whole new cast of colorful suspects played by some of Hollywood's biggest names. Unlike its dark-wooded old money mansion mystery predecessor, the minute-and-a-half trailer for Glass Onion promises a more tropical whodunit that sees the movie's colorful cast of characters face danger at every turn after joining each other on a yacht-to-island getaway where everyone is a potential suspect. Thanks, THR. Yeah, this is a very fun departure that still feels like it's in the same whodunit vein.
Yeah.
Like, the color coding on this is beautiful, right? It's just all these different, like, kind of game board-inspired moments happening there, down to the bright use of colors and everything in this. All of the different intricate games we see coming together to form everyone's names and everything in, too, is so, so fun. This looks beautiful. Amy, what were your thoughts on this trailer?
I'm so excited for this movie. I really hope it's great. I love, and I was saying, my dum-dum brain for half a second was like, where's everyone from the, oh, right, we're doing a different mystery. And I love that they're doing that they didn't lean into some like, well, but everyone liked the first one. How do we kind of work that family back? It's like, nope, they're done. We solved their thing. And I love that we're just dropping this detective in a new mystery. I think that's so fun. I love that they're going a slightly different direction. Still seems like the obnoxious rich people thing.
Yeah.
Which I hope doesn't feel repetitive. I hope they can find a new way to sort of hit those beats. And I think it's such a stellar cast because it feels like a stacked cast, but a stacked cast of people where it's like, I can't picture exactly what you're going to bring to this. It's not actors I'm kind of sick of seeing. You know what I mean? Like there's definitely a level of great casting where you kind of go, I can picture what everyone's going to do. And someone like Janelle Monáe, who I think is fabulously talented, and I haven't seen do quite as much as I would love to see her do. So I'm really excited. I think this has the potential to be really fun. That first one's so solid and just such a cool kind of throwback to just the classic murder mystery.
Absolutely.
So I can't wait.
Yeah, I love an Agatha Christie story. It's my favorite kind of stuff. And we do have a lot of actors here who do thrive in an ensemble situation, right? Catherine Hahn, Edward Norton in all of his work with Wes Anderson. Janelle Monáe does really, really beautiful work when she's paired up with everyone else. Or they're paired up with everyone else, excuse me.
Sorry.
My one issue that I'm kind of wondering about this is because the first family we had was so dynamic, so flawed, so strong in all of their characteristics. Is that something that this film is going to have to battle to try to one up, if you will?
Yeah. I'm curious too, though. I feel like it'll be a very different dynamic because if we're going, you know, all these people on a vacation, I feel like you're getting more of that classic Clue, like a bunch of strangers, as opposed to everyone knows each other so intimately. So I feel like that's going to bring such a different energy that hopefully it just kind of, it finds its own footing. It finds its own voice and it doesn't feel like, oh, they tried to rehash like that, those dynamics or those characters from the first one and didn't quite live up to it.
Well, here's hoping they stick the landing. Well, guys, what do you think? Glass Onion, the new trailer. Are you into it? Are you not feeling it? Who do you think done it? And what did they do? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, y'all. Before we get into our next story, we are going to take a moment to thank another one of our sponsors, the good folks over at Athletic Greens.
Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Athletic Greens. Now, I started taking Athletic Greens because I don't eat enough vegetables, and I was looking for a way to make up for that deficit in my diet of those vitamins and minerals that I really need in my system, and thank goodness I found Athletic Greens, and I literally take it every morning. You see, with one scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole foods, source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, all the things. And my wife got onto it, and now she absolutely loves it. You know, tons of people take some kind of multivitamin, and it's important to choose one with high-quality ingredients that your body will actually absorb, like Athletic Greens. So right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with a convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into the flu and cold season. It's just one scoop and a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Campea. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Campea to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
And thank you so much to Athletic Greens, keeping so much of the staff here alive who refuse to eat vegetables. We appreciate you. All right, with that down, Amy, what is our next topic?
Our next topic comes to us from Eston B. Wow. Just wow. I've been really excited for the new Pinocchio movie with Tom Hanks by Robert Zemeckis. Condolences. I thought this was a can't miss movie. Now, to be clear, I'm not in Venice and I haven't seen it, but the reviews are coming out and they are awful. I've been seeing words like monstrosity and creepy in all the wrong ways. What do you think went wrong with this Disney offering?
Ooh, Esteban, that is the question, right? We are getting so many reports right now about Pinocchio, Disney's version of it, the Robert Zemeckis version, and it is not good. Misguided remake is creepy in the worst ways.
That ad's not helping
No.
the vibe of this whole screenshot.
and that's very true. Off to the left there, we're like,
Cardi, not now.
Marty, what you doing? So this is a movie, I'm going to be fully transparent. Going into this, I was much more excited about the Guillermo del Toro version of Pinocchio than this one. Because, as you and I were talking about earlier, Pinocchio should be creepy.
Yeah.
It's a cautionary tale. It's supposed to scare the shit out of your kids.
Yeah.
So that they won't do anything
I don't want to be a
bad.
donkey.
I don't want to be a donkey, so I'm never going to drink or smoke.
Yeah.
Right? That's the whole
Oh,
thing
God, I
here.
wish that
And
worked
then-
on me.
And then, whoops, you found out it was fiction and life changed.
Oh,
So
that
this-
doesn't look good, though, does it?
Well, what's confusing is this movie has so much going for it. And I say this as somebody who hasn't seen it yet, so
Yeah.
I am going to watch it and make my own opinions. We've got Keegan-Michael Key as the fox, who I adore. I'm
Yeah.
so happy he's in so much stuff right now. Pinocchio does look like a very, very great throwback to the original Pinocchio from Disney that we're all very familiar
I
with.
think a little too cartoony next to that fox, though. Like, don't love that. Like, pick a
Pick a
look.
lane.
Yeah.
There is a weird kind of uncanny valley
Yeah.
dissonance here, too, where the two images don't feel congruent.
Someone said he looks like a piece of merchandise come to life, and I do see
Oh,
it.
that's apt. That is
Yeah.
very, very
Rob,
apt.
That was
Right,
one of
bottom.
my one of my things too in seeing the trailer. It was just like he doesn't seem to have a lot of wooden details. So yeah, it looks like a CGI, like purposefully cartoon looking Pinocchio, and then a very hyper realistic like fox and stuff like
well,
that.
and
where
Jiminy
it's just like-
Cricket looking like a real cricket is such a choice with a capital C. We call that strong but wrong in the choice category.
Oh, wow.
But Tom Hanks's Geppetto should have at least worked. That's the one that really shocks me because that feels like such surefire
Right.
casting.
And that's what some people are complaining about too. I mean, if we look at IndieWire, Pinocchio is only the second worst movie featuring Tom Hanks as a puppet master with a thick European accent released in 2022.
That review has instantly invalidated itself. I will not hear Elvis slander. That movie's incredible.
We also have some things coming in over on Rotten Tomatoes. AV Club writes, for the most part, things shuffle along charmingly enough for a welcome but hardly necessary reimagining of Clody's text, at least until they really, really do not. San Francisco Chronicle, like Disney's tepid 2019 live-action remake of The Lion King. It's virtually a beat-by-beat remake of the original, but without the original's energy and movement.
And I think maybe that's probably, I don't know. I feel like there's an issue with all of these live action remakes where if they don't work kind of wonderfully, kind of magically, like a few of them have managed to, there's a little insult to injury of this wasn't great. It's such a cash grab, just like an overarching, like, why did we do this? Why am I watching this? I could have watched the original.
Yeah, well, and I think that's the key, right? It has to be a reimagining because while the live action Aladdin has a lot of the notes of the animated film, they really did their own thing. Whereas, Beauty and the Beast for me didn't really land. It's also because Beauty and the Beast is one of the greatest animated films of all time.
True.
I won't fight anyone about it. We continue having things too about it's a wooden live action remake. The titular puppet at its center, Pinocchio lingers in an existential purgatory. This isn't awesome stuff to hear.
I
Don't love that.
have to mention the other Pinocchio movie that's coming out,
The
which
Guillermo del Toro
I actually was more excited for.
I'm
Are you talking
pumped
about
about
Guillermo del
Yeah,
Toro?
Guillermo. Yeah, because even if like the looks is like completely different, that's what I like. That's what I liked about it. I'm interested to see how he's gonna go about this property or this.
Is no one hyped about the Pauly Shore Pinocchio? Because we're getting three
a second.
Pinocchios.
Wait.
There is a
Shore's getting-
Lionsgate animated Pinocchio called Pinocchio: The True Story. Was that it?
All I know is Pinocchio sounds like this.
Because it's Pauly Shore being like,
Father.
"But Father." So there's 3 Pinocchios to choose from right now.
It's too many. That's the other thing. And one review, and as we were talking, pointed out, it's like, there's not enough meat to this story. Like, you go back and you watch things like Pinocchio, like Snow White, like some of those original Disney movies. It's like, these are like tiny baby fairy tales that they didn't add a ton of meat to. So, like, this is not a story I need to hear 3 times.
Well, I just saw the poster. Taylor just showed me the poster of this
For the Lionsgate one?
Yeah. Was it even worth mentioning, Amy?
My most anticipated movie of 2022? Yeah, I think it was.
It was great. I think part of this too for me, and I got a little ish from people when I talked about how like Robert Zemeckis hasn't been firing on all cylinders for me when it comes to these animated properties.
Yeah.
I'm still mad about Polar Express.
I was going to say, not a man known for his like beautiful CGI rendering.
Yeah, I mean, Polar Express was not my favorite. That Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey, while very book accurate, again loses some of the magic.
I have a lot of thoughts about that one.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
And I understand I'm biased because Muppet Christmas Carol exists, and that's
It's
the best
the best,
adaptation
yeah.
in my humble
What
opinion.
about Rin Tin Tin? He has nothing to do with that movie, right?
That's Spielberg, and that movie's
Oh,
beautiful
yeah.
and perfect.
Hey,
I
I'm
love the
sorry,
Adventures of
Mr.
Tintin.
Spielberg.
Oh my gosh! But for me, a lot of the animated choices that Zemeckis has made lately just haven't really worked, and I'm wondering if that's another part of the issue here. Is the uncanniness? Is the kind of hodgepodging of some of these? Obviously, we won't know until we all watch it.
And in defense of the movie, it's not a stellar score, but it looks like it's sitting about 48% audience liking it on Rotten Tomatoes. So half the people watching it, give or take, are going, I enjoyed it. So
Exactly. And as we've seen time and time again, too, maybe sometimes the critics and the audiences just don't mesh, and we have a difference in opinion.
those are some pretty spectacularly bad reviews, though.
They are. And whew, I'm getting less excited about watching it, but still.
Oh, I'm getting more excited though. Like, am I the only one? Because I would rather
Just
watch a
sitting
train
there
wreck
with your-
than it was fine. And that's the thing. I feel like most of these Disney live actions fall into a bit of a, it's okay. Don't really know why they had to do it, but it was fine. So like, let's do this. Train
I
wreck.
actually have a text message from Robert Meyer Burnett if you would like to know his thoughts on Pinocchio.
Oh,
would.
please.
Robert says Pinocchio is not good.
Strong
Hot
words
take.
from a strong man. All right. Well, y'all, what do you think about this? Is Pinocchio just ripe for kindling, or is this going to be a fantastic film? Let us know your thoughts about the movie in the comments down below. All right. With that down, let's jump into our next topic. Amy, what do we have?
Finally?
Finally.
We got Eric Thomas. Today's Disney Plus Day. Happy Disney Plus Day to all who
Woo-hoo.
celebrate. But beyond a bunch of content dropping, I thought we wouldn't get much as D23 Expo is right around the corner. So I was pleasantly surprised to see a new Andor special look pop up on Disney Plus. I think it's probably the same preview they showed in theaters before Rogue One the past week, but as someone that hadn't seen that yet, I loved it. Andor looks absolutely incredible. We're only 2 weeks out now, so I can't wait. What did you guys think of the special look?
Oh, thanks so much for writing that in, Eric. Okay, and I'm excited because we're a very balanced grouping to talk about this because I'm not the biggest Rogue One fan. I say that, everyone panics that I hate it. I didn't. It's just, it's fine. It falls into fine for me.
Sure.
Whereas you're a big Rogue One.
I would say it's up there, easily a top 5 Star Wars film for me.
Excellent. I love that. Because going into this, I think we both have the same feelings on this this looks awesome.
Yeah.
This looks so fun and cool. It's spy games in Star Wars. There's really, really high stakes, which obviously Rogue One had the highest stakes. But I'm really, really glad that we're doing all this spy intrigue stuff. Luthen seems so cool. I want to know so much about this character. Amy, what were your thoughts watching this?
Well, I loved that. I mean, talking about high stakes, talking about, and again, like we were talking earlier, getting away from just trying to redo a Star Wars. Look, I love my classic Star Wars vibe, but those movies exist and those movies are great. And clearly we're not having the best track record just trying to go back to the well and repeat those successes. And that's why Rogue One was so cool. For me, it was one of the few Star Wars movies where I was really like, oh shit, that's right. We're at war. We're at war with like space Nazis. You know what I mean? And it had that level of gravitas and stakes. Even watching the little shootout that comes at the end of this scene, comparing that to the like stormtroopers just blasting, and it's like, where are these going? I'm like, look, I know Andor has to be, I know Cassian has to be okay because it's prequel, but it didn't feel like anything else was off limits. It felt like there was danger. It felt like someone was going to actually get hit by something, and it was exciting.
I love that. Well, and I'm so glad you brought that up too, because obviously, we know Cassian's going to make it through this series.
Yeah.
Is this going to be something that could lead to an Obi-Wan-like problem, though, right? Because we knew Ben was going to be fine.
Yeah.
He was going to be fine throughout this. So how do you play with those stakes?
Well, I think what you do, you bring in, for example, I think an excellent example recently in the prequel thing, Better Call Saul, you bring in characters that you care about enough that suddenly, because I was like, I guess this is going to work for me. And suddenly, you know, to use that show as an example, it's like Kim and all these other characters where I'm going, we don't see him. We don't see him in Breaking Bad. What does that mean? You know, like suddenly there are stakes. I'm interested in like their safety and their relationships. So I think that's what you do. You bring in all these secondary characters and you build out this world. So suddenly there's people where I'm going, I don't see them, or their name is referenced, but I don't know exactly what happened to them. So even if you know your protagonist is going to like make it through, you're also probably going to get a lot of damage along the way in various ways.
Absolutely. I think it's all going to lead up to why you would accept a mission like the one Cassian
I can't
takes.
I can't believe this is your first day, Amy. Wow. It's like you've done this for your whole life.
What?
Diego
Her
Diego
first?
Luna. Diego
Who do you
Luna.
think's been sitting here?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. Okay, anyways. I know this show might be good because the more I'm confused during a trailer, the more I know it's going to be a good show.
That's my favorite litmus test of all time.
I mean, at least you know you're not going to go in and be like, oh, yeah, this. You're going to be like, yeah, what was it?
But this is more important than this series, this question, and it's for Amy, because Diego Luna is in this series.
Yes, he is.
And he was a part of one of the best movies of all time, Terminal.
Oh, my God.
Do you like Terminal? Did you watch it with Tom Hanks?
Terminal?
You say thumbs up or thumbs down. That's all I need to know.
I've actually never seen The Terminal. I've been in a terminal, and I just don't want to relive that experience for longer than necessary.
Oh, okay, well, if you ever run into it and you and your man want to watch a nice movie, I think go watch it and tell us what you think. Because John says it's the worst Spielberg movie ever. And I just think it's too cute.
And so I'd like to recommend that to you.
I mean, come on.
Listen, Tom Hanks needs a win this week. So
Listen,
we hope
I'm
you
going
like
to
it.
do The Terminal, Pinocchio,
Joe versus the volcano.
Yes.
Elvis quadruple feature.
Ooh, that'll be so fun.
Yeah.
But just some production notes, Ray. Your last day jokes work better than your first day jokes.
And then I'm gonna palate cleanse in between with 10 minutes of Forrest Gump at a time.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
As one should watch Forrest Gump. It's the only way. Oh my
The
God.
only way you should watch Forrest Gump is in a history class because your teacher's hungover. That's how I saw it for the first time. Highly recommend. Where they turn the sound off on the sex scene, but don't skip it. Don't recommend that move, guys.
I feel like that's what's going to
then
make
I
kids make
imagine
very
everyone
bad choices.
in that high school room just dubbed in the sounds.
Oh, absolutely they did. Absolutely they did.
You know, just helping you out, teach.
Oh man, Jonathan, how are you feeling about this Star Wars footage?
I'm really excited about it. I wasn't a huge fan of. There's elements of Kenobi I liked, and I actually ended up like finally finishing the last 2 episodes of Kenobi, and like the final fight scene between Vader and Kenobi was amazing. I didn't like the cutaways. I didn't like that they solely used the volume stage. There was a lot missing there that I was hoping for. This looks cinematic. Cinematography is beautiful. Even I was talking to Rob like a week ago or something, and looking at one of the the second trailer, and I was like, even the actors blocking, like they took like interesting over the shoulder like 2-shot choices.
I love that shot that like goes behind his head as they're talking.
So it and it reminded me a little bit of Inglourious Bastards in that opening scene where you got the nice Nazi, bad Nazi, where Christoph, the camera's on his right side, and then it pans around, and when it pans to the left side, now he's, well, I know you have people underneath the the floorboards and whatever, and it wasn't tonally like that, but just I love that kind of sweeping shot, and you caught it too, where it was just like there's choices here that I felt Kenobi, they just like cut corners. So like, just do a simple 2-shot and a cut back and forth and make it small. This looks like they really love the material, wanted to really like dive into this world like they did in Rogue One. And Rogue One is actually one of the new movies. It's my favorite of the new, theater released movies since the originals. So I'm excited.
It feels like a mini series, not a TV show.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
I think
more
that
episodes in this, right? There's a lot
There's
of
a lot more and
right?
a lot more time, and also it does just feel like it has a lot more scope.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like it's about the whole
The whole galaxy.
Everybody, yeah, all this Andor.
and how could you make the stakes any higher than including the entire galaxy? But the question is, y'all, is what did you think of this Andor footage? Are you more excited about the show? Do you have any pause on it? Let us know your thoughts about the footage we've seen in the comments down below. All right, y'all, we are going to open up the super chats. Yay! Yay! But before we do that, we are going to hear from our friends over at Storyblocks. I love them. I use them in making demos all the time. Check them out.
We want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of today's video, Storyblocks. Guys, I have been an enthusiastic fan and user of Storyblocks for years. I go to them whenever I'm in need of content creation assets like royalty-free music, video clips, or templates for my creative projects, ranging anywhere from little editorial videos to my very own full-feature documentary. Storyblocks helps you bring your stories, videos, and projects to life without sacrifices due to time, budget, or access to resources. They have over 1 million different story assets ranging from stock videos, audio and music, an in-browser video editor, and they feature pre-designed templates, animations, and outros. Storyblocks uses an affordable subscription model, and their unlimited access plans offers, well, unlimited video and audio downloads rather than a costly pay-per-clip model. With Storyblocks, you'll be able to create more content and, more importantly, better content, all while using a subscription plan that fits your budget, utilizing unlimited downloads of demand-driven and diverse content. So if you're interested in upping your content creation game, head over to www.storyblocks.com/Campea and get started today. That's www.storyblocks.com/Campea.
And thank you again to Storyblocks. Seriously, guys, if you are a content creator or if you need just, royalty-free music in your videos or anything, they are so good. I really, really love Storyblocks. They're fantastic. All right, before we get into the super chats, we are going to hear from our members. Ray, what do you have?
All right. We got Rick Bickmore. He writes, Queen Elizabeth II had died. Long live the king?
Queen, I think she means.
Oh, or the queen.
Or maybe because the king,
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the news this morning.
We did get the news this morning, and our condolences to the royal family, to everyone who's affected by this. Obviously, Queen Elizabeth II was a monarch for a very, very long time, and it's going to affect a lot of people in a lot of different ways. So thank you to all of our UK viewers who are sticking it out with us today. We hope you have an okay day despite everything.
Okay, Alejandro Flores Rosales writes F for Lizzie. So
F in the chat.
Chris Leonardo writes, Hi, Chris, Amy, Ray, and Jonathan. Thank you for doing the show even when John's not around. You guys don't miss a beat.
Well, he won't let us not do it when he's not around. We try to leave too, and he's
true.
like, no, you stay.
We would love to miss a beat. We would adore to miss a beat. Thank you so much, though. We really appreciate when you guys give us that kind of grace, too, because it is a lot of times just baptism by fire over here. Wow, I could not have sounded more Southern in that moment.
Baptism by fire.
Y'all, baptism
Yeah, it was just
fire.
baptism by fire, y'all. But it's really great that you all stick it out with us when we just have to roll with the punches and,
appreciate you guys.
and change things up. So thank you so much.
This might have been one of the latest or the curveballs that was thrown at us, right?
Yeah.
This is the shortest time we could set up for a show.
Usually there's at least been a 30-minute window of, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
doing
there was that time when Rob came down with the Covies
Oh,
Yeah.
in the
right.
parking lot and had to go home, but still
How'd he
not
come?
quite.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll ask later.
Actually, there was one time, do you remember, where then John couldn't because Anne was sick, and it was literally just you or Chris,
Yeah.
me, and Ray.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
with
like, you guys
us.
are just going to have to make the show work somehow. We're like, well,
Well,
wonderful.
and
All
we
right.
got
Well,
through it.
We got one more. V just gifted one John Campea membership. So thank you, V.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, nice. Thank you so much. Awesome. Well, then let's head over to the super chats. Amy, what do we have?
We got Josh Becker seeing Barbarian today. Taylor sold it for me.
Oh, man. Taylor is like the ultimate horror movie hype man.
I do want to see it. The trailer scared the shit out of me, though.
The three of us can go see it this weekend.
Ooh.
Chris.
Oh, my gosh. I love you so much, and I'm not going to do that.
I just got my AMC pass, Taylor. We should go.
All right, let's do it.
I have to mention, Chris. Yesterday, I started Marcel the Shell with shoes on. I don't know if I could finish that movie. That movie is.
He's afraid of a sadness.
I'm just
hitting his
saying,
heart.
there's this undertone.
That's
that
like why I didn't see it. Because the videos made me just want to never
my
stop
God.
crying in a really specific melancholy kind of way.
Right. It was just so.
beautiful, you
It's like
guys.
you start reflecting on whatever the past, whatever's going on right now. The people. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. To be honest, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I'm gonna be extremely sad at the end of this.
I respect that, Ray. If you can't get through it, that's okay.
It's a cute movie, though.
It's adorable. That little voice, I love this.
Oh my God.
That voice is so
Kills
good.
me.
I also then with that in mind, Ray, I just watched Lost Ollie on Netflix. I would have you stay away from that one until you're emotionally ready for that too, because that I was sobbing, and I know I cry at everything, y'all, but like that one was one where it was, oh my childhood, oh feelings. All right, what else we have?
Andy said if they somehow get Leonardo DiCaprio as Reed Richards, but they don't guess to do Storm in her early 20s, then DiCaprio's taking a high.
Yeah, once 26, too old.
Yep. Yep.
Get out of here.
He's like, this relationship is just not right. We can't do it on camera. It's just not right.
The Richard sent in a super chat. Thank you
Richard.
for your support. Sin Vendetta said, Knives Out 2 is cool and all, but I'm still here waiting for the Knives Out and live action Scooby-Doo crossover. We all know we want that. Ooh, I do love the idea of like Benoit Blanc being like, it was just Old Man Johnson in this man.
That he just starts talking about glass onions and the layers, and Scooby's like, run, run, run. Oh, it'd be wonderful.
Good Lord, is that dog talking? Like,
Y'all seeing
no
this?
notes. Jay Master said, just to throw this out there for any BTS fans, or could Rob be a BTS fan too, as he is a fan of Blackpink? A surprise dropped on Disney Plus, a premiere for BTS Permission to Dance on Stage LA concert.
Oh, I saw that little ad this morning when I was starting She-Hulk.
Aw, are you stoked?
No. But I saw the ad.
If you're a BTS fan, have fun.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I may be a middle-aged white man with one foot in the grave, but I love me some Blackpink.
I really liked on the text this morning that you said with one bun in the grave. Just like, just one cheek. Just one cheek being.
Wait a second. I thought that was Rob the whole time.
Because Taylor.
Because on my
It said
computer,
Taylor on the thing.
Because on my computer, it doesn't show the names. It just shows the phone numbers.
Oh.
Because I don't have my contacts. And I was like,
Rob, you're being so Rob right now.
Oh my
Classic
God.
Rob.
Rob's becoming a parody of yourself.
One bun in the grave, Rob.
In the grave, Rob, with the big timeline.
Rob one bun.
Robert Meyer Bunnett.
Ron Bun.
Rob one bun Meyer in the grave Burnett.
Just a different nickname between each name.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. No.
Sam Fisher said, I still want to see Henry Cavill as Brian Braddock. I think he would be the perfect Captain Britain rather than Hyperion or Sentry. Do we have a second part? Yes, we do. I would actually like Feige to cast the cast of George Miller's Justice League as the Squadron Supreme.
Oh, interesting, Sam. Okay. Well, and Captain Britain makes sense for Henry because he's British, and you know,
I always forget
that
Too
character
on the nose.
exists.
I always forget that.
Might be too on the nose.
Yeah, maybe.
Anything, they can put him in anything if he's contractually obligated to do the fist cock again.
Oh my gosh, the reload.
I think about it daily.
Oh, wow.
Imagine he does get
That's a different
that
show.
news drops. He is cast in a MCU movie, but it's for like a non-superhero role.
Yeah, he's
it's
just a
like
scientist.
He's just
part
like
of,
someone's
he's part
friend.
of like Shield or something like that. We're all like, oh.
Oh,
He's
it
like
was way better than Superman.
Nikki and She-Hulk. Like he's just like someone's sassy best friend.
I would love that. He's just putting computers together. That's
Yeah.
all I need is just, hey, Jess, I made this computer for you. And I'd be like, thank you, no notes. You're perfect.
Yep.
This is all I needed you to do in this. What else we have?
Raymond Verata said, Wong should have his own show. He's become the Donald Duck of Marvel Mystic Arts universe.
Donald Duck.
You can do more creative things with Donald than Mickey, who's the face of Disney. Oh, that's
Ooh,
interesting.
That is interesting. Unlike Donald Duck, though, Wong has consistently worn pants. So until we change that, I can't say that he's the Donald Duck of this universe.
Up your game, Wong.
Yeah.
Anubis Genocide said, Hi, JCS crew. Liked this episode of She-Hulk, though not as much as the first 3 episodes, but it gets a pass for me purely for its shout out to my hometown of Winnipeg. Also, we need more Wongers in Madison. Can we get some shorts?
I would love that.
I feel like we've talked about wanting Wong shorts, and I feel like now if Madison was on board,
the
that would-
wacky antics of Wong and Madison.
I'd watch
that's
it.
all I want.
I agree
just
with
their like bar crawl night.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun. And we'll get into all of that tonight. Later on when we do our open spoiler discussion, we'll talk all about Madison.
Sam Fisher said, Al Rencha said, we need more of the complete Batman Beyond crew. Tomorrow.
We're missing Rob.
I was going to say we'll be back tomorrow.
Mañana, baby.
Again.
We're gonna go full beyond.
Yeah.
Just you
Go
wait.
all
so far
the way beyond.
It's going to be
Yeah.
wild.
Just
Just you
like
wait,
Batman went Yeah.
You're nailing it. No one's gonna know, Amy.
No one's gonna know I haven't seen it. Sam Fisher said, if they did Sentry, I would want it to be psychological horror where he's a dude who thinks he's haunted, but is diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Sam, here you go.
But he really is haunted by the void. Though that might be too much like Moon Knight with the mental illness aspect. Yeah, they kind of did.
That seems like it could go in the same direction. And also, I mean, I've said this on the show before, and just for me personally, when mental health becomes more of a gimmick,
Yeah.
I get real nervous about that. So if it's done really, really well, I think that's great. But if it does things that further stigmatize those issues, then it's murky
I feel like
territory.
even if you're using it sort of as a metaphor, as a proxy to talk, but when you're actually throwing around words like schizophrenia, I feel like that gets into very murky territory for me personally.
For sure. Ray, you're a big Sentry fan, so what would you want out of that? What kind of movie would
I'm
you
fine
want?
with it. It's one of those things where it's as long as it's on the big screen, I'll be happy. They could actually make it a separate entity if they wanted. The Void, just an actual thing that comes out every time he uses powers, whatever. The mental thing, yeah, you're right about the Moon Knight thing. It might be a little too close to that.
Yeah.
Different character, but you know what? It'll be cool to see him with those powers. I mean, he's one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe. So
Heck yeah.
Was it the Void that created the sword that Gore uses? Or
The Necro Sword?
yeah, the Necro Sword, or who created
No,
it?
because it's a symbiotic thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
That's what ties
I'm
them
trying to
into
think
that.
of all my Marvel the cosmic beings and
Right?
everything.
That's
It's just
hard,
hard
man.
to keep up
It's
with
hard.
everything.
Oh,
exactly.
I have the run with where with the Void and Sentry and all that.
the new Avengers one.
Yeah, I have that whole.
I have that whole run,
and then it
too.
went into Dark Reign and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah,
It's all good stuff. Awesome, Wills.
Jay Master said, Happy Disney Plus Day. The new Andor, a Disney Plus Day special look, is awesome. Andor might be the best Star Wars show ever. I am really hyped for Andor.
Ooh, nice. I'm very excited that you are so excited about it. It looks good.
It looks really
It's
good.
Really good. All right, what else?
Al Rensha said, Lawrence complaining about her pay in comparison to Leo's in Don't Look Up is a little ridiculous. She is no Leo.
They're both Academy Award winners.
Yeah. I can understand that argument, though. He's just had such an established career for so long.
That's very, very true.
They are both movie stars, absolutely, firmly in that category.
Yeah. I think the bigger issue is when the pay gap is that huge.
But sure.
That to me is is there a reason why that part is happening?
Yeah.
Especially on something that's streaming.
Yes.
Because it's not like, well, this name got butts and seats. You're in your living room.
Yeah.
So I feel like I understand if he's getting more money. I just don't understand that huge discrepancy.
Fair.
Personally.
Fair. No, and I think it's an important conversation to have. Jim One said, Britt here. Thanks for helping me get through today. Oh,
Oh, hang in there, Jim.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being here.
sending love. Jay Masters said, I loved the new Knives Out Glass Onion trailer, but I still was hoping Netflix will give Glass Onion a worldwide theatrical release. I really love and enjoy the first Knives Out in theaters.
Yeah, that was so fun to see in theaters.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot that was just a Netflix release.
I feel like there's going to be a limited release for this because it won nominations and awards and everything. I feel like, and Netflix wants that. So, I mean, Power of the Dog had a limited release. You know, all these other films have had limited releases. So I think we could see it.
Yeah, genuinely something I would go out of my way to see in theaters, too. There's something about a murder mystery, too, where I love that, like, I'm not going to be on, you do your best, but when you're home, it's like, I'm not going to pause and go make a snack. I'm not going to be on my phone. I want that level of focus.
And
Not that I'm going to solve anything. I always think I know, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
that's exactly how I feel. Like I'm too dumb for these movies. And
I pick
know
the
that
wrong detail, and I'm like, that's something, and it's not.
It's always someone that I least expect,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, and I get it afterwards,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I feel like everyone around me got it except me.
But that's why it's well written, too, because you don't want to be going, oh, it's this person,
and then
you're
you
right.
do set plants where it's the person you don't expect it to be, so it's that person. But
Yeah.
it's like, but there's other people.
Yeah.
I like having that experience of figuring it out with everyone in the theater together. Because if I'm at home, I will be an asshole and be like, oh, I think it's this.
Yeah.
And I don't do that in a movie.
How did you
I
guys?
have decorum.
Did you guys watch Only Murders in the Building?
Yes.
I'm
How'd
not
you do,
done.
with
Yeah, but-
season one. Season two was a little murkier, but season one, how did you? Not saying who it was, but
Yeah.
how did you do on figuring? Did you figure it out?
No idea.
I didn't for season 2.
Yeah.
Season 1, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I
Season
felt
one, that
like-
twist caught me pretty off guard. That
I
was
started to
pretty
feel
good.
like, why are they throwing them off their scent so much? Like being a little, interesting. All right,
Again,
just
I'm
wanted to
bad.
know.
I'm bad at that.
Yeah. All right, guys, we will take a quick break and then we'll get right back into your super chats. We got to hear from the folks over at Mint Mobile who make this whole dang thing happen.
We want to take a second and thank the sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch? But after talking to them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. They cut out the cost of the retail stores and pass those sweet savings directly to you. And guys, I have been using Mint Mobile for months now, and I could not be more thrilled with the service. I also couldn't be more thrilled with the fact that my phone bill now is literally 1/3 of what it used to be with my previous major carrier. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with your existing contacts. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.
And thank you so much to Mint Mobile and the Mint Fox. He's so adorable. All right, guys, let's get back into the super chats.
Sam Fisher said, are we taking bets on who dies in Glass Onion? I think it's Ed Norton's character. Also, what are the odds we'll get an Ana de Armas cameo? Wow. Words stopped happening there.
That's okay. No worries. Oh man, I don't know if we'd kill off Ed Norton, but anything's possible. I mean,
I feel like it's not going to be anybody like listed in the, at least not right away.
Yeah.
Maybe if you have a second murder coming, but I feel like all those like, you know, names in the trailer. What's happening?
Are we having a stroke?
do you smell feathers? Do you taste pennies?
Did you hit that block, the hour block?
I'd say do you like smell burning toast, but Taylor's toasting bread, so
Sure.
Did I hit you with the mic when I was suggesting it?
I don't think it's going to be anyone whose name was in the trailer.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'll get a cameo from anyone in the first one.
I don't think
no,
so.
I think it's
either.
gonna be separate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Daniel is our through line.
If the family just like FaceTimes him, like I feel like it would be like a
yeah.
we all love the first one. Give me a new one.
Exactly. And I feel like this cast is who we're pulling from our murders. Like these are potential people who committed crimes.
Yes.
Not necessarily the
I
bodies.
think it's going to be some rando
Yeah.
goes down.
We'll find out though.
Mando.
Raymond Virata said, Squid Game, congrats to Lee Jung-jae for his new role in Star Wars, The Acolyte, and Lee Yu-mi for her Emmy as a guest actress in a drama series. She was player 240 in the Marbles game. Oh.
I love that collective. Just
That episode was one of the most devastating things I've seen in a really long time. My fiance walked in and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, literally no. Like I was like, I need a minute.
Yeah.
Don't speak to me. Oh, she's phenomenal. And she's the one who, well, I don't want to spoil anything. She's the one who's kind of her whole story comes out in that episode, right? Am I thinking of the right person? Does anyone remember?
Haven't seen it.
I was gonna say.
Then why'd we all owe together?
No,
Because I had no idea what he was talking
well, I
about.
thought you did see Squid Game.
No, I didn't watch.
Oh,
If it's who I'm thinking of, everyone in that episode does incredible work. But yeah, big day, big week for Squid Games. Good for
Yeah.
them. That show's great.
Yay.
Jai CSC said, might be misreading things, but I get the feeling MCU writers think we like Wong in an ironic way. I thought his popularity is because he's awesome. I kind of get that.
I can understand seeing that, but I think we all love Wong for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
I think it's fun when he's a fish out of water and doesn't understand pop culture things.
Yep.
I think he's fun because he's a badass. I think he's fun because he calls Stephen Strange out on his shit. He contains multitudes. And I don't think the writers are misusing that or misinterpreting that. I think maybe they're just playing up some of that in a heightened way for the comedy's sake.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I like the fact that he still gets into that just a little bit of trouble. Mm-hmm. You know, the ones where it's like, you can't always be, like the perfect master of the dark arts or whatever it's called. But yeah, I like him.
I like him a lot.
A guy from Kings Highway said, as someone who goes to the movies almost every week, Regal Unlimited, it's now time of year where I find myself watching a lot of 6 out of 10s, but it's my happy place. Theaters are empty weekday nights.
I hear you, guy. It's getting to slim pickings. We're going to have a few things pop up, which will be really, really fun. We've got Black Adam coming out. We've got Black Panther.
Barbarian.
There's Barbarian.
I definitely
definitely
did.
getting Taylor
I
his own
just
mic.
got I just got my like whatever that is, my AMC stubs, and I was like, all right, let's
See. A little early on that one.
Okay.
6 out of 10s is a fair way to put that.
Yeah.
A lot of like could be fun.
But, he can go revisit movies he did like.
That's
that are
true.
That's
still-
true. A lot of stuff's re-releasing
Yeah.
right now.
And then
it feels like.
I don't know if Regal's doing it, but AMC, and obviously this is Regal for you, but hopefully they're doing stuff like taking part in like the Jaws re-releases or the
Right.
classic film re-releases. So who knows?
Regal does a lot of anime film shows too, which is really, really fun.
I'm telling you guys need to stop knocking on my 6 out of 10s because those are like my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Seriously, 6 out of 10s is like my range of perfect movies.
Most
Just
people
plenty.
call it-
If you go take a bathroom break, you're fine.
Yeah.
most people call those sleepers. Ray literally sleeps during them.
From what I've seen.
Chase O said, "Hi crew, my question today is Rings of Power dropping new episodes Thursday night at 6, which is also the same time as Thursday Night Football is on, which also has a new home on Prime Video this year."
Ooh, it's a double banger on Amazon, huh?
Well, I mean,
Split screen.
I have no stakes in that literal game, but hey.
I would like to apologize right now to Chris too, because I watched the first episode when we did our review.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not feeling it, but I watched the second episode and I love the way it ended. And I'm excited to see this next episode. I mean, it's hard not to compare it to House of the Dragon. I don't know why we are doing that.
No,
maybe it's because they
they're
ditch it.
One's
but
full fantasy and one is more intrigue and
but-
family drama.
for what it is, I like where it was going on in the second episode, and I'm excited to see the next one.
Oh, good.
I'm not gonna stay up for it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna make it through the whole thing. I'll probably have to watch it in 2 sittings, but
Hey, you guys.
as long as I take it all in.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad it turned around for you. 'Cause
Yeah. So sorry about that.
No worries. Because if people have reasons for not enjoying it, I totally get it. Some of the really basement dweller reasons of people not liking it, that's not what I'm here for.
No.
But if there's an actual issue with, the show's pacing doesn't work for you, or you're just not drawn in by a certain story, I totally get that.
Sure.
But man, is it gorgeous? It's just pretty.
You know what part of the show got me? The relationship between Elrond and that what's his name?
Oh, and the dwarf.
Where they're on
Durin?
the elevator thing.
Yes.
And they started, and I was like, this is not what I expected, but I like these two jibber jabbing towards each
I
other.
love the two of them together. Elrond, I think, makes everyone's relationships better. And also, I know this is a weird comparison, but there was this really, really great little meme that went around basically of how dogs view people like elves because to them we're these ageless beings compared to their lifespan. And now, I don't know, I just get real
Aw.
emotional when I sit with
Oh,
my
I
dog
know.
Gimli and I watch this show where I'm like,
Aww. And that sea monster was pretty cool.
oh my gosh, it was rad.
That was some good looking effects there.
Yeah, you can see the budget. You really, really can on that
Right.
one. What else we have?
Sam Fisher said, "I do worry about Glass Onion being compared to Death on the Nile, and I mean the story Death on the Nile, not specifically the 2022 movie."
Oh,
I mean, they're pretty close, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's all steeped in Agatha Christie.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like any rom-com could be compared to Much Ado About Nothing.
Murder
or-
mystery, I feel like there are just tropes,
Yeah.
and they're gonna feel.
I think the overarching will be like, oh, this is like Death on the Nile, but I think that sensibility, the dialogue, the pacing, the edits, you know what I mean? It's going to feel like its own, entity for sure.
Yeah.
Because Death on the Nile can be fairly, stuffy.
yeah.
And I think this is going to be more to our sensibilities.
I feel like if
Agreed.
anything, it's just that sequel issue of it's not going to be the first one exactly, nor should it be. Let's enjoy this as its own thing.
Absolutely.
Tim Platt said, "Sending all the love I can out to John and everyone grieving right now."
Oh, thank you, Tim.
Very
we really
sweet, Tim.
appreciate that.
Guillaume LaBelle,
Yummy.
sorry if I messed that up, said Game Day.
Game day.
Cobra Kai season 5 drops tomorrow. # no mercy.
Nice.
You know who's not going to be at that party?
John.
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 Yeah.
But good for you. If you're excited about it, I'm happy for you.
I am. I'm excited about it.
I don't watch it
only heard
myself,
good things
but
about
so-
Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah. John's the only person I know who's not into it. I need to watch it.
So
still.
John's wrong. John Weibacher said, respect for putting on a great show today. Looking forward to more Rings of Power and Hot D.
Heck yeah. Who's not looking forward to more Hot D? House the Dragon. Fun show. Real great stuff.
I was like, yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah, I got caught up. I got caught up on everything yesterday. I did episode 3, and then I went and did Rings of Power 1 and 2, and then this morning She-Hulk. So I am officially caught up on content.
Yeah. Mr. Ketchup.
And Mr.
He did
Ketchup
it.
is
Mr. Caught Up.
That's amazing, especially with all the work you're doing at WB on the Batman.
Well,
Yeah.
you need some downtime.
Jay Masters said, tomorrow D23 Expo weekend begins with Disney Legends Awards to kick off D23. The Saturday morning big surprises are dropping.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Big surprises.
exciting.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, the video games.
Oh, yeah.
Show me some of that Wolverine.
What are you hoping for?
I'm hoping just to see a little, even though it's like, I think it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive, a Wolverine game. Especially how they're doing the Spider-Man game with the brutality of Wolverine and just like
Oh, hell yeah.
doing all the things with the claws. I mean, that sounds awesome to me. I also, the only other thing I'm looking forward to D23 is hopefully we get to see how this new X-Men animated series, they show something from that.
Yeah.
Because I really did like the old animated series. I liked Wolverine and the X-Men. A lot of people didn't like that one. I liked it.
Oh,
So
I loved those.
I would love to see some footage from that. But other than that, the movie thing, I'll leave that up to y'all to predict, because who knows?
Oh, man. Those original 90s shows were my gateway drug. I
Yeah.
had such a crush on Peter Parker. I was like, oh, man.
Which one? You're talking about the 90s Spider-Man?
The 90s animated Spider-Man. I thought he was a
That was the older
dreamboat.
Peter Parker.
Yeah.
The one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? And everyone is always like, oh, yeah, they should make Peter what he is, a high school student and all that. And I was kind of bummed out because I'm like, I feel like we have gotten that in everything. And the Spider-Man I knew growing up collecting the comics from the 80s through the 90s and onward, he was an adult.
Yeah.
So
He had a job.
I don't know who's relating to the stuff that came out in the 60s and the 70s in college. It's like I grew up with Peter as an adult. I'm fine with him being an
I
adult.
want my
He
Peter
doesn't have
Parker to
be
pay
a little
taxes.
kid again.
Did any of you guys watch the Spider-Man that was on MTV with Neil
With
Patrick
Neil Patrick
Harris?
Harris, yeah.
I actually liked that so much. I bought the whole DVD case of
Oh,
that
that's
thing.
awesome.
Like, not many people liked it, but I liked that part where I think he was in college.
He was in
Was
college, yeah.
So in the middle, we'll meet in the middle, Jonathan, because I like high school Peter. You like old ass Peter.
Yeah.
Then we'll meet in the middle, and we'll agree on that.
Just Peter Parker
Agree.
with a walker
We're
is what I
shaking
want.
hands. I guess it would be this way. There you go.
All right, what else we have?
Al Rencha said, Andor looks much better than Obi-Wan.
I mean, the bar for me is set pretty low in that comparison. I wanted to like Obi-Wan, and I think it had some really great moments,
Yeah.
but
Lobi
just-
one.
just, yeah.
Sorry.
But it does look good. Andor looks promising.
Yeah, it does. Dr. J said, thank you, Batman Beyond, for getting me hooked on Only Murders in the Building, a brilliantly written show with amazing performances. I love the different characters get to narrate their part of the story. It's so delightful.
It's so good.
It's just like, it feels old school in the most fun way. It's
Yeah.
just, and talk about just like a great fun murder mystery in a fun kind of throwbacky way. And
It's so fun. It's so smart. The dialogue is so good on that
Yeah.
show too. Obviously, Steve Martin and Martin Short work well together, but like Selena Gomez as part of that trio is so fun.
well, and it does, I've been catching up on the second season. It does like generation gaps in a way that actually feels really just kind of accurate and smart and fun. I feel like that's a type of humor that can get so hacky so fast, but it's like, no, this is how I feel talking to a Gen Z kid. Like the way she feels talking to the kid. It's like, yep, that's right. That's good. Also, I love Martin Short, and I feel like he just does not get quite enough love in that like comedy legend pantheon. And like
Yeah.
seeing him get to work and just be so fun
He's
is
incredible.
cracks my shit up.
We're so glad you're watching it.
Edward Wells said, long live the queen.
The Queen.
Fernando Rodriguez said, hi, crew. Amy, Chris, this is a great show, even with the last minute stuff. Game day.
Game day.
Thank you,
Yay! Thanks,
Fernando.
Fernando. We appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Only Giovanni all the time said, Chris and Amy, now John's away. Can you rant about Funny Girl Leah? Yes, we can. Also, are you familiar with her leading man, Ramin Karimloo? Hollywood, please hire him, you cowards.
Oh, I'll have to look him up.
What is he
yeah.
referring to?
So Leah Michelle, there was a rumor going around that's been addressed of how she is illiterate. And she combated that with like, this is so ridiculous. I always knew my lines on Glee. Da, 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 da.
Never actually said she could read. I
Yeah.
just want to point out in all of her, she can. I know she
Yeah.
can, but let me dream.
Well, and obviously, like, making fun of anyone with like a learning disability
Sure.
or anything like that is bad. Leah Michelle did allegedly horrible things on the set of Glee to her castmates,
Yeah.
including like threatening to shit in wigs and all kinds of awful stuff. I personally have had people who worked with her who had a very, very negative experience.
No one has a good thing to say about her. And that includes, it seems like, coming down particularly hard on like her castmates of color and some really comments that just do not make her look like a good person.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's just
You don't know any of this drama. So
No.
basically, it's been like kind of a long running thing that like Leah Michelle wants to be Fanny Bryson Funny
Yes.
Girl. She sees herself as like the heir to the Barbra Streisand throne, and she wants to play that role. She did a bunch of stuff doing those songs on Glee. So when the revival was announced, everybody kind of assumed she might get the part. It originally went to Beanie Feldstein, who unfortunately, from what I've heard, didn't quite have the vocal power to carry that role. So when she stepped down, Leah Michelle stepped into the role, and it just feels like rewarding bad behavior.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I get it.
So that's the cliff notes of the drama.
and that's what you missed on Glee.
But
Thank
from
you.
what I have heard, when Beanie Feldstein stepped down before Leah Michelle stepped in, I can't remember her name, but the woman who stepped into the role is apparently phenomenal.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
fact that we didn't just give her a chance, like an up and comer, to just like, hey, you're amazing at this. You've paid your dues being like kind of a working Broadway or a working theater actor for
Yeah.
a while. Let's give an unknown a chance. Like, again, we don't have to reward this bad behavior. There are plenty of talented people trying to get their shot on Broadway right now. We do not need Leah Michelle. And she probably was able to read her own lines. So,
Oh, that's her.
win-win.
Yeah.
Is she single? I'm just playing.
The Super Ranger Mud Truck said, hey, John, I know you said that Stream Elements is no more. Just wanted to let you know beneath your names on the header, it still says to go there.
Oh,
It does.
Thank you for proofreading.
Well, I'll take care of that right away, so that won't happen anymore. I'm sorry to anybody who has submitted a question. You probably try to get a refund. I don't know how else to tell you. It shouldn't be there.
yeah.
It's my fault, so we'll take care of that.
Oh, thanks for fixing that, Ray. We appreciate you.
We've got Jay Master.
not too far. Here
Also,
we go.
tomorrow during the Disney Legends Award ceremony, Chadwick Boseman is getting honored as a Disney legend. R.I.P. As well, he should.
He absolutely should. Definite Disney legend. Definite legend in general.
Josh Becker said, Ray, are you watching the NFL game tonight?
I don't know. I'm still having, a little issue with the Rams, beating my team. I just want to block them out throughout the whole season. I know that's Anne's and John's, I guess Anne's team, my sister. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But I do think if tonight's matchup is a great way to open the season. These two teams are like perfect for each other. It almost feels like they're going to be there at the end battling each other, like at the end of the season. Like these are the two contenders that should be there at the end. If my Bengals don't make it. But, Lord of the Rings, does anyone know when Lord of the
that's
Rings
thing.
premieres?
It should come out
It
like
comes out at like 6.
yeah. So why don't you
for
just do
us.
a two-parter of that? Break it
Yeah.
up, have some dinner in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, get two TVs, put them side by side,
There you go.
Oh.
watch both at once.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Andy said, the Gotham Knights trailer already showed a plot twist in it, and that is that the show isn't fan-made.
Oh, burn, Andy. Oh, my goodness.
Got him.
Got him. Did it.
John Weibacher said, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering everybody's name
He said
today.
it the same way twice.
Okay, at least I'm consistent. It isn't just Disney Plus Day, but also Star Trek Day. Hope Rob survives the experience.
Oh, Rob, I'm sure will come in here with some thoughts. Just hit us with some things on modern Star Trek.
Well, I'll just be like, that's nice, Rob. Oh, yeah. It is, sure. I know. Jedediah Elias said, saw Barbarian early last night. Tense, horrifying, and brilliantly executed with some surprising allegorical storytelling. Avoid spoilers. That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah.
Everything I've said is just like, don't look anything up, just go see it. And I'm so scared, but I've heard nothing but really good things. If it's too scary and I can't sleep, that's on you guys. Jay Master said September is a busy month for Disney Plus with Hocus Pocus 2, The Bad Batch Season 2, Andor, and new episodes of She-Hulk.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff dropping. A lot of things to watch. Lots of after shows. So keeping us busy, Disney.
Yeah,
Thank
at least
you.
2 of those we're going to have continuous after shows for.
Yeah.
I'll do my own Hocus Pocus after show.
I would love that.
Jay Master said, Ray, it's football game day tonight. Bills versus Rams on NBC.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Ray?
Oh, I know. You know what? To be honest right now, I am excited for the game. I'm just concentrating on that last message that was saying that the Stream Elements link is up. If you could put in the chat where it's at so I could take care of that.
Ray is shook.
I'm just saying, because I don't want people like sending money or whatever to something that's not.
Isn't it? Wouldn't it be like on?
Well, I'm looking at the description. It's not there. So
Someone in the live chat pointed out that you could do a video where you answer all the questions that got submitted on there.
oh yeah, you could do that. That's
No,
fine.
just you,
It's your
just you,
penance.
That's fine.
It's your
they're
penance.
not going to get much out of it. I mean, they might
It'd be
leave
more of
that
a
video.
punishment. It'd be more of a punishment for them.
They might leave
Oh, I
that
think it'd be
video
great
more
viewing.
stupid.
Oh, here we go. More. Here we go.
Never Lose Your Nerd said the real game day. Go Rams, baby.
Ray, what do you have to say about that?
Well,
Just each time.
no, I want to hear Chris's dissection of the NFL. What do you
So
think
the
about?
Rams, a ram is a type of animal.
Yes.
And that's all I have for you. I don't know that. I don't know them. I don't know
Who
that
ram?
man.
I don't know her. Khalil Frederick said, what odds do you guys give a Blackfire Rebellion Game of Thrones spinoff?
I don't know. I mean, they're trying to mine Game of Thrones as much as possible.
Yeah.
But HBO is also being pretty deliberate with only putting out what they think is great. I mean, Naomi Watts thing got canceled for it. So
Yeah.
I think there's possibilities for anything to get greenlit. I don't know if they actually will end up being executed.
I don't feel like we're going to go the Star Wars route where like suddenly it feels like every character who's been mentioned, it's like might be getting their own
They have a
series.
spin-off
I don't
now.
see that happening with a Game of Thrones in quite the same way.
Yeah.
Jay Master, in which She-Hulk episodes could Daredevil show up? Any
of
and
them.
all. Yeah. Why not?
Wherever he wants to.
Yeah.
Wherever he wants to. Whenever he wants to show up.
Tim Platt said, anyone see Breaking yet? Want to know your thoughts? Because I loved it.
I think here only Taylor has seen it.
Poor
Taylor?
Jonathan, I keep leaning over.
Yeah,
to talk.
we need to get you
should just
a
put you
mic.
up
You
here.
watch more stuff than any of us do.
Oh
I
yeah.
guess.
When
Yeah.
I'm not here working on a podcast about movies, I'm at the movies. But I did see Breaking, and it was really good. There was a guy in front of me. I'm not good at math, so I'm gonna guess he was 170. He
Really? That's your guess?
He said he's not good at math.
Human years. He was crying. He broke down and was crying, and it was like really emotional. It was a really, really good, strong performance from John Boyega
And that guy in front of you.
and the guy.
And the guy in front, yeah.
And this is in theaters right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
right now.
Okay, so for someone who's never heard of this movie, one sentence, sell it to me. What is it?
Oh man.
About.
Okay. Well, I guess it's based on a true story. Hello. I'm like in the worst spot to do this, but based on a true story, John Boyega, not in real life, but the character he's playing, robs a bank with a bomb. There you go.
Okay.
So,
And everything that deals with that.
Yeah, and it's really good and
Okay.
really, really intense. I will say though, David said after he wished he didn't see the movie because, spoiler alert, because it's based on a true story, but it doesn't have a happy ending. So, you know, it's a tough watch, but really good performances.
Okay. Put that on
There you
people's
go.
radar.
There you go.
here you go, Ray.
Thank you.
All
It's your
right.
Taylor movie update. Thank you. Iconic Reaction said Wong and Maddie need a spinoff. Honestly, if Wong doesn't find love, I'm suing Feige for emotional abuse.
That's fair, iconic.
Like I said, I think that could be a really fun, like little shorts
I love them
series on
together.
Disney Plus.
I think they're adorable.
Make it happen. Juan Torres said, do you guys ever watch movies again, but in a different language? I recently watched Deadpool in Spanish, and to me, it is even funnier than in English.
Aw.
I'm a very bad stereotypical American, and I don't know other languages well enough. So
For a while when I was trying to get better at French, I watched, I think, some of the Toy Story movies in French. I will say Jessie's song in French, fucking even more heartbreaking somehow.
no.
Yeah, just
that makes me
beautiful,
so
beautiful.
sad.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of anybody who's able to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they get to
Genuinely,
experience
yeah.
things like it's almost like a first time when you watch it in different
I
language.
wish I had that immersive like experience as a kid, so I could have had my nice spongy brain absorb information better.
Oh, you know what?
Damn you, American school
In
system.
1997, I went to Paris, and the re-releases of the original Star Wars movies. Remember when George Lucas did like the
Re-added
re-releases
stuff?
with
Yeah.
all this stupid CGI he added? And we ended up seeing at a theater in Paris because we just kind of it was a rainy day and we didn't have anything
Ran
else
out
to
of
do.
stuff to do. What a boring
And
town.
they were like warning us, oh, it's not in English. There's no subtitles. It's just straight French. We're like, yeah, it's fine. It's pretty good, pretty funny.
I feel like Star Wars is one you probably knew well enough
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That's like,
so,
I can piece this
while
together.
you're watching it and and this is the original New Hope, just speaking in French, it's like, yeah, I kind of know what they're saying.
Yeah, I speak French. Iconic Reaction said, I'm not going to lie. I would love for the 90s Spider-Man to make a cameo in Spider-Verse 2. I don't know. Just feels right to me. Also, I hate to admit it, guys, but my first hot toy was Rob Pattinson as Edward, $150.
Oh my gosh,
Rob
Iconic,
Pattinson
embrace
as what?
that. That's fine.
As Edward,
from,
Cullen, I'm assuming.
Yeah. That's
no
fine.
shame. Come on.
Live your best life.
Yeah, if that's what brought you joy, that brought you joy. No big deal.
I don't even
There are
have
no-
a hot toy, so there you go.
Same. There are no guilty pleasures except for murder. So hey, enjoy your hot toy.
You should
no
feel
matter
a
what you
little
got.
guilty if you murder someone.
Yeah, that's the guiltiest pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The Richard said, I watch all Munsters and Addams Family every night as I paint, and Rob Zombie is a great inspiration. This is his passion. Let's see how it goes. Love you all.
Hey, that's fair, Richard. I mean, if that's what Rob Zombie wants to make and this is his vision, good for him.
Yeah.
It's just going to be how other people interpret that vision. And so if people like it, awesome. If it doesn't jive with them, awesome too.
I'm
no
hyped.
Big deal.
I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Allison Hoffman said, how do you even poop in a wig?
Well, you put it under you.
Put it under you first off.
I mean,
squat,
the
have good
actual
aim.
pooping in the wig would not be that hard.
No.
I feel like the next steps get a
The,
little
the issue is
tricky.
the audacity.
Sure. Yeah. First and foremost, you are a bad person.
First, become a horrible human being.
Yeah.
Second, grab a wig.
And how long does
Third.
that smell stay on there?
Star in front of
No,
you.
you have
so
to throw
long.
that away.
So yeah,
It's
that
gone.
wig should not go on anyone.
Yeah. I don't even, it's not like you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to put this on. I only now realize there's something wrong with this wig. I mean,
I mean,
you're going
to-
to know as soon as you walk in the room.
I feel the need to clarify. I don't believe she actually did shit in the wig. I
Yeah.
believe it was just a threat that
There-
was made, an empty threat.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me the maddest.
'Cause
Man
they're
up,
checking
Leah.
every
Shit in the
morning.
wig.
If you say you're gonna shit in a wig, you
You
do
gotta
it.
shit in
You
a
gosh
wig.
darn shit in a wig.
And I don't feel
So
sorry
that-
for
that
anyone
literally-
who put it on. How do you not
No
tell?
one put it on. There
I
was no
wouldn't
shit
be
in any
able to,
wig.
Ray. I can't
I'm
smell.
going a step further and
If
saying
I
it
wore a
did.
wig, y'all could be shitting in it, and I wouldn't know.
It was just her being
so you guys
racist
are
and
literally
terrible.
saying poop or get off the wig?
Yes.
Well, shit in a wig's worth two in a bush. Sue, South Texas Shark said, Amy, quick thoughts on Better Call Saul.
Hurry, quick.
It's good.
Tick, 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 tick.
Love it. Phenomenal show. Have not finished it yet because the AMC app is bullshit. I have a lot of thoughts about that. So trying to figure out how to get through that last season entirely, but I think it's fantastic. I was expecting it to feel like, oh, I loved Breaking Bad and I like this. And frankly, I think I might personally enjoy Better Call Saul better. I think it's just got incredible performances, just an incredible level of nuance. That writing is just spectacular. And Ray Seahorn giving one of the best fucking performances on TV right now.
I'm so glad we finally have somebody who's caught up on the show to talk to people.
I'm not
about
caught up.
it.
That's my
Well,
fucking
that's fair.
problem.
That's fair.
AMC
All of
do
us have
better.
not watched it though.
Yeah.
So.
Fire.
It's phenomenal. Thanks for asking. Iconic Reaction said, I'm not going to lie. I'm worried. Is that as fuck? I'm hipping with it. About what they will do to Daredevil. Because so far, the people they have in the shows at least feel like they belong in the She-Hulk show. But Daredevil, I don't know. Matt Murdock, yes.
Okay, Iconic. This is my question then, because Matt Murdock, yes, Daredevil, no. They are the same person, and also in the comics, Daredevil does some wacky ass shit. Okay, he fakes having a twin at one point. He shows up to a Christmas party that has a sweater on that says "I'm not Daredevil." I mean, Matt Murdock sometimes is a little scamp, and he had some funny one-liners in the Netflix show.
Yeah, there is just a weird. She-Hulk just almost doesn't feel like a superhero show to me anymore, and that's kind of why I like it. And I wonder if that's somewhere where that's coming from. Of like, oh, I just like want to see Matt Murdock like interacting in this world, but like bringing in a whole new like kind of more legit superhero almost feels like I don't want the show to get dragged into superhero world. I
Yeah.
like that it's just like she's a lawyer. She happens to be a Hulk. That's it.
I'm wondering if it's just because of the brutality in which Daredevil would fight people in
Yeah,
the show. Maybe
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the disconnect. But I assume for this, once we see Daredevil in his yellow suit, that it's not going to be him, like bashing people's faces in. I feel like it would be an appropriate fight for the show.
Or they go for it and just have She-Hulk like, what the
This is very aggressive. We'll see.
options? We got options. Adrian Bond said, hey, ladies and gentlemen, any thoughts on the trailer for the Cyberpunk anime coming to Netflix?
The Cyberpunk
Say
anime
what?
coming to Netflix. What? I need to know the name of it. What?
I want to go to
I
there.
want to go to there. What is it?
Is this based off the video game? I'll look more into it. This sounds interesting.
Okay, cool. Because I always
Yeah.
want new anime to watch. So thank you.
There you go. Andy says, if Riverdale is supposed to be mainly focused on Archie, would that make his stories and arcs?
The overarching.
I can read.
No, I'm just saying
She's
it to
not laying
myself
the
in anger.
The overarching plot. I'm going to Venmo you your $5 back.
Andy.
And I'm
you're
not
better
touching
than
that one.
You're better than that, Andy.
Jay Master says, I want to point out that a super chat doesn't go through after super chats are turned off. YouTube won't charge anyone if it didn't go through.
Thank you, Jay. We appreciate you bringing that up because, a lot of times people panic and will say, but I paid for this. No. And that's okay.
Yeah,
Also, there's a delay on this show, you guys. So sometimes we're at a different pace than you at home. So when you in the chat are telling us we're missing things,
Right. And
We
then get
haven't.
to it.
you're just making things a little more difficult for us. So just,
Sometimes it even in the super chat window puts it out of order. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just bear with us.
And check your bank statements before you yell.
We have your best interests at heart. Don't worry.
Promise. Josh Becker says, Rings of Power drops at 12 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, it does?
So it's 9.
Yeah.
Maybe I just assume it drops when I'm home, and that's my whole thing. Oh, it
6
is 6 here? Okay,
Pacific.
thank you.
So that'd be
All right.
9 o'clock Eastern?
Yeah.
I can math. I appreciate
We'll
that.
all
Great
figure it
mapping.
out when we want to watch it.
Someone just text me, go watch it now. Juno Faulkner said, will Disney announce the Halloween special at D23?
The
Sorry, there is a follow-up.
Hang on.
The Marvel Halloween special, I mean.
okay.
no,
Here we
werewolves
go.
There it is.
I mean, yeah, it should be Werewolf by Night, right? Which I stand by is the dumbest name. When else are you a werewolf? You're a
Well, I was just
werewolf.
saying, man during day, werewolf by night.
I don't like it. I understand. I've read the comics. I understand. Don't come at me, chat. But I just have always thought this is a dumb thing.
Roast
But
him.
it's good. I'm pretty sure wasn't that already announced that it was going to
Yeah.
be Werewolf by Night?
Maybe is he asking
details?
if they might show something from it?
Oh, maybe or give
No.
us some
It's so
casting
close,
news, or
maybe.
maybe there's actually Blade footage and Blade is part of this thing. That'd be neat.
A Blade.
something
If,
to
Blade if they show anything Blade, I'll take the day off Monday just to.
All right. Well, we'll all be here.
Bye. Virtuoso Z said, some of the best moments in No Way Home Extended. Murdoch and Happy scene, a subtle hint of Captain America on the moon, and a brand new post-credit scene featuring Liz from Spider-Man Homecoming. Y'all see it?
I did not go see the more fun stuff version.
No.
I instead was getting ready for my birthday. But it sounds fun.
That does.
Yay.
Those all sound delightful. Virtuoso Z also said, whoa, with a big old super chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Said No Way Home's new post-credit scene shows how the Forget Peter spell worked. Betty Brant's Midtown High slideshow. Peter is notably absent from the photos except for one picture, and there's a bird flying across his face to obscure him. Oh, that's fun.
That's cute. I like that.
Got
I
Mike
haven't
Wazowski.
seen that. And that he's talking. That's like part of the re-release that happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Are they like releasing that? Do you guys know, like on streaming down the line, or is that going to be a version? you can
good
watch?
question.
Assume so. Or they do some like streaming thing where it's a premium, right? Like they do when they're doing the day and date releases of you
Yeah.
can watch this for
Right.
$20, which I'd pay.
All right.
To go back on that thing, it's Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I'm just taking a look at some of the clips. It looks very violent, very bloody.
Okay.
Featuring, I don't know, reminds me of Akira kind of.
Ooh, okay. All
Maybe
right.
on Newark. I don't know.
And
check it
actually,
out.
funny timing because Adrian let us know.
Hey.
All right. Adrian. Oh,
Whoa, just bumped.
Oh, golly.
Here we go.
Adrian Bond said Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Super chat's still open. Did we miss one?
I don't
They're
The
not
other
wrong. Thank
direction?
you, Adrian.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. All right. Yeah. let's check it out.
Iconic Reaction said, Ray, I would listen to you talking about the most random things while getting baked or drunk. I was dying laughing when y'all did CinemaCon. Army of Ray.
You know,
I mean, that's just like every day for me.
Yeah.
Just listening to him.
someone pointed out one video that I think even my neighbors started watching it. They don't watch. They just said, we saw this video and it looked like me, and they were referring to Rob in the back. We're like sleeping the whole time. And I was like, there's no way. And that was the day I think I drank the most ever for some reason. And yeah, I was sleeping. You guys didn't. It looked like I was sleeping. I was sleeping. I don't remember anything that happened. And I know Rob was behind the couch and he looked like he was passed out too.
Yeah.
How did we get through that show? It must have been you guys that
With
took
my
it.
professional.
Yes.
Well, it wasn't from you snoring. I mean,
Well, yeah. See, I know how to play it off.
Bunch of
Just like this.
pros. Bunch of pros here. So proud of you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
all
Absolutely.
right.
James Argenta said Lee Jung Jae as Plagueis in the
Plagueis.
Acolyte. Sorry?
As Plagueis.
Plagueis?
As the Sith Lord.
Ooh. I think that would be great
Ooh,
casting.
That could be fun.
I mean, especially you were saying Acolyte, like they're kind of younger, and not that he's older, but like old enough that I feel like him
Yeah.
as more of a leadership
mentor
position
figure.
makes more sense.
And that's it.
I like it. That's
And-
it.
That was our last question.
All right, cool. Well, thanks so much, you guys, because we can't do this show without you and all your awesome questions and everything. So we very much appreciate you. We also appreciate you taking the time while we had to push the show back today. If you want to hear from John, you can go over to the community tab. He wrote up why he wasn't here today, so you can hear from him himself. Okay? But I want to thank the people that are in this room who made today's show possible. Amy, where can the people find you?
I am on Instagram at amy.n.newman and Twitter on amy_n_Newman, and I just post anything I'm doing there.
Yeah. Also, congratulations to Amy. She's engaged. Yay!
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I tricked someone. I tricked him into loving me.
He loves you.
Ray, where can the people find you?
Nowhere. No, Ray Aura with a 0. Once again, condolences to everyone affected
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
the Queen's loss. Yeah.
Thank you. Jonathan, where can the people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Sonic if you want it. And also, I'll be producing the She-Hulk after show later today. So, right here. This, right
Woo.
here.
Exactly. Make sure you are following along, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell for all the notifications. That way you know exactly when the after show is happening so you can tune in with us and we can do all that spoilery good stuff. My name is Chris Carr. You can find me at actor Chris Carr, or if you're interested in voiceover, you can head over to my studio, speakfriendstudio.com, and we can hook you up with some lessons. All right, y'all. Until the after show or until tomorrow's show, thanks for being here. Bye-bye.